Hey everybody, today we're going to install RecPro's RV coin flooring with trim. This installation is the same process for any of RecPro's RV flooring. The tools that we used were an X-Acto knife, a straight edge, a chalk line with blue chalk, a screw gun with some bits, a tape measure for getting your measurements. You'll also need a broom for sweeping out the trailer. A notched trowel. If you don't have a notched trowel, a paint roller brush will work. We also used RecPro's pressure roller, which the link will be in the description below. For our installation, we're also using RecPro's RV and marine flooring adhesive. Just keep in mind that this adhesive should only be used with OSB wood or wood-like surfaces. Make sure you read all the instructions before using it. Depending on the size of your trailer or RV, a second person might be necessary for this. The time frame for this project will vary depending on the size of the project and your experience. With that being said, let's get straight into it. Once you receive your flooring and unpack it, you'll need to roll it out. This way it will give it time to relax and straighten out. If you're doing this outside, we recommend putting weights on it to help it relax more and to ensure that it doesn't blow away. Now we'll want to measure the trailer flooring so we can make an outline of the sides on the coin flooring. The width of our trailer is roughly 68¼ inches wide by 157 inches long from the front of the trailer to the back of the trailer. Now we'll want to transfer our trailer flooring measurements to the coin flooring. Ensure you double and triple check your measurements. Seeing how these measurements are marked, we're going to use a chalk line now to ensure we have a straight line for our cutting. Please ensure that you are using the appropriate color. Certain colors of chalk will stain permanently on certain materials. Now that we have our straight line, we'll use a straight edge and a razor blade to cut the flooring. Do keep in mind that you might have to make a couple slices to cut all the way through the flooring. When cutting, always remember you can cut more off, but you can never add more material back on. Now that we have the flooring cut to the rough size, we'll get the measurements for the front angle of our trailer. Our measurements were about 16¼ down from center and 66¼ wide for the front of our trailer. Now that we got our measurements from the front of our trailer, we went ahead and transferred those measurements to the front of our coin flooring, then cutting one angle at a time using a straight edge, making multiple passes to cut all the way through. Once again, double check your measurements before making any cuts to the flooring. Once you're done cutting your flooring, make sure to test fit it to ensure it fits properly. Now that we have our coin flooring ready to install, we went ahead and swept out the trailer for all dust and debris to ensure that the adhesive sticks properly. Our trailer has a side door that we're removing the bottom trim from to put it back on when the flooring is properly installed, as this will be easier than trying to cut around it and it will look cleaner. When applying the adhesive to your flooring, you can either use a trowel or a paint roller. For ours, we're going to use a notched trowel to spread the adhesive around, evenly covering the floor. The key here is to make sure it's evenly covered and no place has too little adhesive. We recommend you letting the glue set for 10 to 15 minutes. This will ensure that the glue has proper time to soak into the OSB and become tacky enough to hold in place. Now that the adhesive has had approximately 15 minutes to adhere to the OSB, we will roll the front half of our flooring over the glue. Please note that once this is on the glue, it can be tough to readjust the position of the flooring. After getting the front half of the flooring down, we will grab our roller and roll out the front half of the flooring to remove any air bubbles from underneath the flooring. We will now repeat the process that we did in the front by putting down adhesive and troweling it out, making sure that there's an even coating all the way around again, and giving it time to adhere to the floor. Once the adhesive has had time to properly adhere to the OSB, we will lay the back half on top of it, ensuring that it's back in its proper place. Then we will grab our roller and roll out the whole flooring. You want to ensure when doing so that you don't miss a single spot so that there are no bubbles left underneath your flooring. Now the process for the ramp is exactly the same as the inside of the trailer. So here it is before, and here it is after we've installed the flooring for the ramp. Before installing the trim, we're going to go around the flooring of the trailer and trim off any excess flooring. This is to ensure that the metal trim sits flush on the ramp and to the floor and the wall. Now that we've finished the flooring, we'll reinstall the trim for the door. For our ramp, we're going to lay the trim on the edge, ensuring that it is flush with one edge, and then we'll mark the other edge. We'll then cut these at a 45-degree angle on both ends to ensure that all corners line up square. After each cut, we used a file to deburr them to make sure they weren't sharp. We repeated this process for all sides of the trailer ramp. During this process, we started with the longest pieces and worked our way down in size. The reasoning for this is if we mess up any of our longer pieces, we can use them for the shorter pieces down the road. Now that we got all of our trim pieces cut to size, we're going to put them in place, ensuring that they're in the proper spot and screw them down. We use screws in every single hole on the top and through the sides, making sure our miter cuts line up. This process is the same for all sides of the trailer ramp. Now that we have the trailer ramp done, we'll move inside the trailer. We're going to start with the easiest parts first, which are the straight cuts. For this, we're going to measure the wall and then measure and mark our trim. Once we have these pieces cut, we'll go ahead and put them in place, and then we'll move on to our angle pieces. For these angle pieces, we kept it simple by overlapping them, marking the overlap section, and then cutting them. Once we had all the trim pieces cut, we laid them in place so we can make sure we were happy with the cuts. Now that we're happy with how the trim lined up, we're going to go ahead and drill holes into the trim. We drilled our screw holes roughly 4 inches apart, using a line already on the trim to ensure the screws were straight. Now that we have all the holes drilled, we went ahead and screwed the trim in place, ensuring that the bottom of the trim and the back of the trim were flush with the floor and the wall. If you don't want to drill holes into the trim, ensure that you are using the right screws, like self-tapping metal screws. We went and repeated this process for the rest of the trim in the trailer, ensuring that all the trim pieces lined up. Now that you have your trim in place, this will ensure that none of your edges pill up. Please keep in mind that you'll need to give the adhesive 24 to 48 hours to completely adhere before driving anything over it. As you can see, this process wasn't as complicated as you might think it would be. Just make sure to take your time and work at your own pace. If you have any questions about this installation, make sure to leave a comment below. And if you have any questions about any of the products we used, check the link in the descriptions below. And remember, when you're rolling down the road, roll with RecPro.